Brown. This is a cause I suppose, a debate that's gone on for a period of years now since this program was adopted in 2003. Senator Collins and I have been strong supporters of it. We've had frustrating times the last few years as it's been, we have not succeeded in adding new students to this critically important program. But we're not giving up, and because we believe in it so deeply. I'm just going to speak a little bit and put my statement in the record. This program was adopted for a very fundamental reason, which was that by all the objective indicators we saw, too many children in the District of Columbia were not receiving their God-given, certainly constitutionally protected right to an equal opportunity to an equal education. And our judgment was in adopting this program that we had to focus on the children, and really more particularly on the individual children, and how we could maximize their opportunity for an equal education and a ladder up in American society. In other words, to focus on the child instead of the particular institution that was delivering the education to the child. Obviously, most of our children in the District of Columbia and throughout America will always be educated in public schools. I was, and I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't gotten the education I got in the public schools in Stamford, Connecticut. But the fact is that a lot of children in the district are not receiving that. There was at that time, and unfortunately still, D.C. public schools ranked last on a series of national evaluations, 51 out of 51. And so we created this this program, D.C. Opportunity Scholarship Program, to give support to low-income children to attend private schools as their ladder up. We also, just to meet the argument that we were not going to take this money out of available public school funds, created a tripartite program, where we gave equal amounts of money to the public schools, additional money they wouldn't otherwise have received, which is a considerable amount over the years we've been going, and to the charter schools, which have done really exceptional work. The public schools in the district, I think, are improving, but by objective indicators, they're not there yet. It was a very compelling, poignant moment last year when then Chancellor Michelle Rhee came out for our proposal, and she said, "I'm devoting all my energy to the public schools, but until I can look every parent of a child in the district in the eye and say, you can get the education you want your children to get in the D.C. public schools, I cannot oppose this program in good conscience." So, unfortunately, for a lot of reasons, it didn't make it. This is one of those where usually I try to see the arguments on the other side. This one I have trouble with. I know, Mayor, you and I have.
A year has passed since we last discussed at a hearing in this room how we could best support the efforts of parents and students in the district to secure a high-quality education. At that time, we heard the inspiring personal success stories of participants in the Opportunity Scholarship Program. Ronald Halassi is here again today. He's in the audience. He talked about how the D.C. Opportunity Scholarship Program had literally changed his life. And I so remember his taking on one of our colleagues who was proposing that the program be terminated. And he said these memorable words, which echoed today. He pointed out to this senator that D.C. schools didn't get bad overnight, and they aren't going to get better overnight either. And I thought that summed up so well why we're here and why we're advocating this important program. And I know today both Ronald and his younger brother Richard are vivid examples of this program's success. I had an opportunity to talk to him briefly before the hearing. He's now a senior and is looking at colleges. This is the difference that this program can make. And the testimony last year helped to highlight the real-world implications for families in the district of this administration's unfortunate decision last year to prevent new students from joining this successful program. And their words still echo today as we consider the administration's newest misguided proposal to kill the program altogether.
No longer accept failure. We can no longer tolerate excuses from central offices. If we are to achieve the equality we seek, we must act, and we must act now. That is why I support school choice, parental choice. That is why I believe in the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program. Mr. Chairman, it's not a battle of ideology. It's a continuation of the fight for civil rights in our country. The DC Opportunity Scholarship Program sends a clear message to families, to children, and to our community. If you're poor, if you're stuck in a school that is failing, that is unsafe, and that no amount of money can fix right away, we're not going to make an experiment of you. We're going to help you now. And we're going to do it not 5 years from now, but today. And we're going to give you a chance at success. The essence of the program, Mr. Chairman, is in its name, opportunity. Some can call the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program a scholarship program. You can call it a voucher program. I call it a lifeline, and so does TIF.
While I recognize and respect the concerns of both sides of this issue, I believe that the Opportunity Scholarship Program can increase the number of quality educational options for low-income families. The data suggests that students participating in the program and their entire families are benefiting from this experience. Let me say that I have had an opportunity to talk to several families, single moms, who expressed their support of the program, but nothing was more compelling than being in Safeway grocery store on Good Hope Road and speaking to a grandmother about the program. And I could not look her in the eye and tell her that she should not have the opportunity to at least apply to have a better life for her grandkid. While I meant
the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program provided that immediate option, that ray of hope to 3,300 children. These were children that were very poor. These were kids that in many places would have been written off, consigned to lives of mediocrity or worse. Thanks to you and your colleagues, they weren't. The DC Opportunity Program gave them a chance to go to schools that made them scholars. It made them important in the eyes of the world. It gave them the inspiration to succeed. It's been, like the scholarship I received for my son, a miracle. Chairman Lieberman.